G'day everyone, welcome back to another Game & Watch gameplay and unboxing video. So the next game in the list that we're going to be doing today will be Chef, right in the middle and right here. So let's pick him up. Now, Chef is the fourth Game & Watch in the Widescreen series, okay? So as you know, I've already gone through Parachute. I'll bring that down. So you got Parachute, Octopus, and Popeye, and this is the next game in the series, which is Chef. So what I'll be doing is going through and showing you the box. I try and keep everything in great condition, I hope, and I've also, the best condition I can possibly get for my Game & Watches. As you can see here, Chef's serial number is FP-24. To 6,000, which I never knew what I still don't know what that means. I'm going to have to do some research on what that means. And then we've got Nintendo 1981. Okay, so yeah, Chef was released basically in September the 4th, 1981. Okay, so Chef was released not too long after Popeye, and it sold quite a large amount of units. Basically, I think it sold over 1 million units worldwide. So this one here was quite popular, and we'll soon see why. So basically, as I mentioned before, Chef is the fourth game in the widescreen series, of course. If you want to check out all the other videos that I've done with the widescreen series, just check my YouTube channel under the playlist of Nintendo Game & Watches. Of course, prior to that, there was the original Silver series, and then the Gold series, and now we're into the widescreen series. Okay, so that is the box in general, and as always, you know that Nintendo released the Game & Watches between 1980 to 1991, and they sold a really large amount in total, which was about 43.4 million units worldwide. That's for every single Game & Watch released. And as always, they were released, of course, by Nintendo and created by game developer Gunpei Yokoi. And as always, the Nintendo Game & Watches were they're pretty much using always the same kind of units, which were based on a 4-bit CPU and a Sharp SM5 family PC, if you want to call it, or CPU kind of unit chip, and of course, its LCD screen. So that is a bit of information. As you know, I always try and go through all that stuff for my Game & Watches, and as you can see right now, that is the Game & Watch, but I'm going to put that down and I'm going to go through and show you all the information first on Chef, and go through the instruction manual. Now, I don't have a plastic sleeve for that, which is quite sad, but I've got a plastic sleeve for the instructions. And as always, I'll show you the foam. Basically, in here, that's where you put the batteries in. That's what you normally used to do when you play the game, and then after that, if you don't want to play with it, you just take them out and put them away in here. So that's the foam. It's been bitten, I don't know who by, but it's been a little bit damaged in that section there, and that is the foam. Okay, so not too much, but as with all my gameplay and unboxing videos, I like to show what everything looks like so everyone can see them, because not everyone normally everyone just has that, and if you want to see everything that you can get with it, that's what I'm trying to do right now. Okay, so as you can see, this is the instruction manual. I always go through that. So further down into in future videos, I would probably move into different Game & Watch instructions. I believe this one here once again is in Japanese. And as you can see, all the information is in Japanese. So I'm going to go through it quickly and let you know everything about the Game & Watch in general for Chef. And as you can see here, once again, the model number is FP-24, named Chef, and anyone who can read Japanese will be able to understand that that is Chef right there. So anyway, I'll go through, and if you want, all you got to do is just go pause the instruction booklet and have a quick read through. This is basically just giving you the quick information on the first section of the instruction manual. And as always, moving along to the next one here, this gives you all the information about Chef and basically how to play it. As always, there's a time, and there is also an alarm, and game A and game B. Chef has only 2 buttons, which of course is left and right. In this game, pretty much Chef, you are controlling a chef, and there is a little pesky little cat there who tries to get in the way and hold on to pieces of food like fish and sausages, and I believe that's also a piece of chicken, but basically a fish and sausages sometimes are the ones that you juggle around, and that is game B as well. And as I mentioned, it does get a bit harder, and you'll be able to see that in general when we're playing through the game. So this is information on the game A and game B, and time and alarm and ACL, which I'll be showing you all that information as well when we start playing the game. So in this section here as well, this is the ACL screen. If I bring that up onto the screen, you will see that once I put the batteries into Chef, and you'll see that that is kind of the reset screen. The reset screen basically shows you every single piece of animation that happens on the Game & Watch, okay? So that's the ACL. As always, I'm always mentioned that the alarm is available after the Gold series, not from the Silver series, but from the Gold series moving on. And as always, the alarm has a special character and a special item or thing, if you want to call it. So this time it's going to be the kettle. That's new. Normally it's a little person or someone different, but yeah, this time it's basically a kettle. The alarm goes off, and I'll show you how the alarm goes, and I'll explain it to you. As mentioned, that little icon there is probably when the alarm goes off, and that's when it goes off on. All right, so basically when it's ready to go. But I'll explain that to you when we see it, when we go through the game. Game A, as always, is a little bit easier. Now, game A, basically in Chef, you'll be juggling about I think it was three different items at the same time. Now, in game A, that's basically game A. In game B, you'll be juggling 4. Okay, so it gets a bit harder, and there's also the cat will also get involved and stick his fork in some food and then let it go. So it's very similar to like parachute, where the little parachute guy sticks onto the palm tree. But anyway, you guys will know that, and if you're familiar with that anyway, but you will see that in action. As you can see, that the high score is 999. And as always, you get a reset at about approximately 200 and 500 points. Okay, so that is game A and game B. You'll see that in action when we start playing it. And then after here, and then this page basically is when you put the batteries in. Okay, so it's very simple. But back in the day, people probably wanted to know instructions on how to put the batteries in and all that sort of stuff. When the batteries go in, of course, you get the ACL reset screen, and that's when you can set the time and so forth. Okay, and in this page here, basically this is the page on what you should be playing the Game & Watch at. Like, for example, the positioning of the screen, which is about 40 to 45 degrees, 45 degrees, 5 degrees offset. That's basically it, and that's just the last pieces of information on how it is, what it was made by, time, and I think that's a warranty, and that at the end, that is it. And it's also got the other ones that we've been working on, and a sneak peek of what is coming next. That is Mickey Mouse. That's the one over there, just up the top. Where is up there? Where my finger is. Okay, so that is the instruction manual. I know that I like to talk a lot when it comes to the instruction manual, and I know it could be very boring, but if it is, just skim through that, and get to the fun part, which we're nearly getting to right now. Okay, so this is my Chef. Now I've got like my original one, but I'm not using that because my original one and some of my other original ones are always a little bit worn out because I used to play them a lot. So I can show you right now. It looks really nice. It's got like that nice gold brush metal. Okay, so I'll move it around and you guys can have a quick look. So I like to keep my Game & Watches in very good shape. Of course, back in the day, a lot of people used to scratch the tops and scratch the screen here and everything. It can get very messy and ugly, but you know, I like to keep it in good condition, and as always, it's very nice. This one here looks really good, as you can see right now. Okay, so that's what the positioning we're going to be playing it at. Hopefully that everyone can see it nice and clear. And you've got, of course, game A, game B, time, alarm, ACL, and the left and the right, left and right. Okay, and on the back, as always, we've got the information where, for example, once again, the model number is FP-24, battery rating information there too, made by Nintendo, 1981, patent made in Japan. Okay, then the serial number as always, and we've got the clip. And you know what that latch is basically, is if you want to sit it just like that, and let it play on its own, and when the alarm goes off and so forth, which I'll be showing you very, very soon. Okay, so let's take that out, let's flip it around, and let's put some batteries in and get this going. So batteries in, as always, put them in like that. Okay, and then just put the clip in. You'll hear a little clip. This time you didn't. Okay, I put it in really well. Okay, so with that, let's flip it around and let's take a look. Okay, so that is the reset screen, ACL as we call it. Okay, so as you can see here, the chef is moving around. Hopefully everyone can see really clearly because I don't want to put too much glare on the screen. As you can see, you got meat, sausages, fish that needs to be juggled. Now, what I would like to tell you is that game B, when you play game B, this section here where my thumb is, you do not use, you do not play. Game A, you'll be able to juggle from 1, 2, and 3. So basically, it's a little bit easier when you're playing on game A. Okay, so that is one thing I just want to let everybody know, is that when you're playing on game A, you only use 3 of the area, 3 sections. Okay, not the 4th one, because then it gets a bit harder. Okay, and then when you're juggling, certain things go all the way up to the top, but then sometimes they only go down halfway. So it all depends on the randomness of the game. And you've got the cat, the annoying little cat, that also grabs the food and holds it for a while and then lets it go. So you got to make sure that you try to run back to it before the mouse gets it, and you've got 3 chances, as you can see up there. Okay, so up at the top we've got game A and game B and the time. Okay, so let's set up a time. Okay, so let's do that now. Let's make it, as I normally make it, about 5 o'clock in the morning all the time. So let's go back there. Okay, so that's the left is hours and this side here is the time. Okay, so let's do that right now. Let's make it 10 past. Oh, I just missed it. So let's make it 15 past. Okay, so 15 past. Once you are ready with that and everything is good to go, all you've got to do is press time. Okay, so now, as you can see, that gave you a quick reset. Now at the moment, he is playing basically game B. Okay, so what he's doing now, that's a little demo that he's juggling the food. That is it. Chef was pretty much a juggling game that you had to keep everything up in the air without it falling on the ground. If it did fall on the ground, then the mouse that you saw previously, that you can see right in that little corner, there it is, one fell, and that is it. The mouse takes it and he runs away with it, and you lose a life. Okay, so that is that. Okay, that's the time, and as you can see, I've pressed the time and it's playing in demo mode. Okay, so with what I was going to actually show you is I got my little screwdriver now, and what we can do now is we can press the alarm. Okay, at the moment it's 5:15. We'll make it 5:17 because sometimes I talk a bit too much. 5:15 and it's it's AM time. Okay, so what we're going to do is press the alarm button. I'll press the alarm right there. Okay, and as you can see there is the kettle. We'll call it a kettle. I think it is a kettle. All right, so what we'll do is we'll make it 5:17. We'll go to 17 right now. Okay, and then we'll make this 5 AM. Okay, done. All right, so what I'll do is 5:17, I know that, and then what we'll do is we will press, we can press time, sorry, my bad. What I'll do is I'll quickly show you. If you press the alarm again, the alarm disappears, okay? That little kettle disappears. That means it's not working. So press it again, and you'll see the kettle is there, okay? So once it's ready to go, all you got to do is press time. Okay, now that's it. So all you got to do now is we can wait for the alarm to go off. Very easy. And in general, what you could have done is set your alarm, and in the morning it will wake you up, because back in the day, that's what I used to use. I used to use that for Octopus, as you can see down there, parachute. And there you go. There's the alarm. Quite loud. Not bad. And as you can see in the corner right here, hopefully everyone can see very clearly, our kettle is going off. So every Game & Watch has a different little icon, if you want to call it, or character. But in this case, it's not really a character, it's a kettle. So which is cool. Actually, kettle is a little bit different from normally the other items that you see or characters that they see. Because I guess in Parachute, you had a monkey, and in Octopus, you had a little baby octopus. So this time you got a kettle. Basically, it maybe works well with, if you want to call it, the kitchen, which is where the chef is in. All right, so that is it. So what I'm going to do now is press time to cancel that alarm. Okay, sorry, my fingers weren't pressing it too well. All right, so there you go. So that is the alarm, and that the alarm is off now. Okay, so without basically any more information to show you, we can start working on playing game 8. Now, I wasn't the best at this game, but it's not too complicated. All you got to do is just juggle the control basically left and right, and hopefully keep everything up in the air. So as always, let's go and press game A and get the game going. All right, so here we go. Game A pretty much has 3 different areas that you got to look after. Okay, you got the fish, you got a sausage, and the cat actually gets involved as well, even in game A. So basically, it looks like the cat is always going to get involved in game A and also in game B. So basically, game B, as I mentioned before, there's also that other 4th area, but you don't actually get to utilize that in this one, in game A. Okay, so game B, you've got, the cat kept that for a while, didn't he? So in game A, all you've got to worry about is juggling 3 pieces of items in the air. Okay, and the items get juggled into the air randomly too. So basically, some of them will fly high in the sky, then sometimes they don't go up that high. As you can see, these guys are going up quite high, but it's random, and you got to make sure that you position yourself in the right place at the right time, and also just watch out for that pesky cat, because the cat will pretty much grab and drop whenever he feels like it, and you don't know when he's going to do it. And you got to make sure that you position yourself and put yourself in the right spot, and otherwise that mouse, there you go, the mouse will, they're getting me. It's getting faster as well, as mentioned. With all Game & Watches, once you get to close to 100, things start speeding up. And let's see how far I can get before... Oh, it's getting there. Let's see if I can get to 100 without dropping anything. Oh, this is very complicated. It's keeping me going, and this is only with 3, and this is game A. Doing good. You can hear the noise going crazy. All right, so that's cool. So as you heard the noise started dropping down a bit. Now it's a bit calmer again. So as you can see, drop one, just lost concentration. Okay, so as you can see, when you do make a mistake, the food resets. With some of the other Game & Watches in general, sometimes what would happen is they continue going. But this one here, once you make an error, the food will reset, which is quite good. But this one here, I think you probably need it. But it's not that hard. Oh, I made a mistake again. 132, doing pretty well. So this is my last opportunity before the game ends. That cat is quite pesky, isn't he? He will hold on to that food for as long as he wants. And as I mentioned before, the randomness of how high the food flies in the sky, or in the air, we'll call it, and the way the chef throws it up in the air is random as well. So you got to make sure you position yourself and learn the sequences. The sequences are quite hard for this one, but once you've played it long enough, you will get used to it. And as you can see, we're doing pretty good. Doing all right for game A. Oh, and that's it. 172, game over. That's it. Okay, so that is game A. And that's what I was mentioning before. So you only get to utilize 3 different areas of the kitchen. Okay, so with that, let's press time. Okay, and let's go back to there. Okay, so as you saw, that's the demo, and the demo is back again. So with game B, we're going to be utilizing 4 areas, as you can see in this demo right now. And the cat's going to be there too. And this is going to be harder. So get ready for me to fail this one pretty quick. All right, so here we go. Let's press game B and get this going. All right, so as you can see, it starts off slow, but as you can see, we're utilizing the entire kitchen area, we want to call it. The entire kitchen area. Okay, so each item will float in the sky for a certain amount of time, depending. See that piece of, I think that piece of meat didn't last, or that fish didn't last too long in the sky. and it went back down pretty quick. And as you can see, they're flying pretty high. Wow, that was good. Yeah, this one here needs a bit of concentration. As you can see, this is probably the reason why this game was quite popular and sold quite a lot of units. With 1 million units sold worldwide, this was quite a challenging game. Look at that. Doing quite well. Now we're going to see how hard it's going to get soon. Doing well. Juggling good. The cook is doing the best he can. Look at him go. Okay, so as you know, basically game B pretty much was just an extra section of the game. Doing good. Okay, let's see how hard it gets pretty soon, because it's going to get hard pretty soon. Faster, that is, too. You can hear the noise. Wow, I'm doing good. I dropped one. Typical. I knew I couldn't get to 100 without dropping one. All right. Well, you can hear it's still going to get pretty fast. Okay. That mouse is getting ready for food. Going to be dropping one soon, I guess. Well, with the cat too, the cat is also quite annoying, because the way he keeps some of that food up and holds it for a while. So as you can see, dropped another one, 95. Now it's gonna reset again. Yeah, so there's a lot of movement. Okay, got to 100. It calms down a bit. As you can hear, it's not as fast and not as hectic as it used to be. But it will do that again. Don't worry. I was doing quite well. I'm not bad. At 115. Kept it up in the sky. Lost it. Close. 119. Not bad. Okay, well that is it. So with game B, it's a bit more challenging because there's just one extra area to look after. And that's why it's a bit more harder to play. But it works the same way. The items fly into the sky, and you got to balance. When the chef flips them into the sky, into the air, that is. You just got to make sure that you time the locations on when they come back down, so you can get them and keep them juggled up in the air. All right, so I guess that's game A and game B gameplay for Chef. I don't think I missed anything else. As you can see, it's quite easy, not too complicated, but very, very challenging game. So I guess that is it. Now I'll put that back down and let you know the next game in the Game & Watch gameplay, which I'll be doing, is going to be called, well, not going to be called, is called Mickey Mouse. Okay, Mickey Mouse is another one of those cool juggling ones, if you want to call it, but they come out, basically Mickey has to pick up the eggs before they fall onto the ground. So that is the next game, and which I'll be doing a gameplay for. And that is it for today. I guess Chef is done. He's cooked and he's done his what he had to do, and I guess that's going to be it for today. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer it. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell to be notified of any new videos that I do on my YouTube channel. And that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a great day, and we'll see you all soon. Bye.